Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, Friday the 27th. This is day number 11, I think, of trading every day until I can get a payout on 20 Apex accounts. We currently have 16 accounts, 16 PA accounts listed there. They're all very sickly accounts. We're trading micros, trying to bring them back from death. We don't want to lose them. So we're gonna trade micros. Waiting on my 3-minute opening range break this morning, same as every morning. It's much easier when you come in knowing what you're waiting for. No hurry. Oh, you know what I did forget to do? Hold on. There we go. All right, got my buttons, my order entry buttons. You can't see those, but I can see them. It's too much to put on the screen. All right, we have 30 seconds or so until the market opens. Let's look at the higher time frames really just quickly here. So this is the hourly chart. You know, we're kind of bullish on the day. Massive drop yesterday, a little pullback, second leg down happening right now. See what goes on. What does this look like on the daily chart? Another red bar. Again, we had this gap that we've talked about for, well, almost the entire 10 days I've been streaming. This gap on the daily chart that's been respected every time. Came back up into it day before yesterday, and then a little bit yesterday, and man, just slammed to the ground. We're below yesterday's daily low and pushing lower. So I don't know if this hits a bottom trend line, we could find some support down here and come right back up, which it looks like that's what's happening at the open. This is a 5-minute chart. We have kind of a double bottom right now on the 5-minute. We'll see what happens during this open. The 15-minute. Still pretty bearish for now. Pretty bearish for now. All right, 3-minute time frame in front of us. We've got the we're pretty overextended below VWAP there. We've got the overnight open up here, tiny gap, which has already been filled multiple times. Kind of a nice little channel all night long coming up. Well, kind of not a little channel, big channel, and then we broke lower, and that's where we're coming now. So if we were to trend line this, we'd be, I mean, something like that. Let's see what happens. Oh goodness, 1 minute and a half left on this 3-minute candle. Wait and see. Wait and see, boys. Wait and see. It's a little bit of a tough place. I mean, we are bearish. Although, I mean, I would like to take a short here. It would be nice if we got a push through the bottom before taking that short, but $63 points is the range currently. Again, 1 micro on these accounts. Our drawdown, you know, sitting about 130 bucks is all we have left in drawdown on these. On 15 of the 16 accounts. Number 16 has 700, so it's in a little bit better shape. It's been a rough week. All right, we are going to be ready to go long here. As long as it doesn't push through there too fast right at the close of that candle. Oh, come on. Oh. Oh no. My buttons didn't move. My, see this green entry line, it didn't move up at the close of that candle. That is annoying. Let's do this. Let's kill that order. We're gonna go with the manual one. See if it pulls back down. We'll get back in. It should, right? If we get up to the 50% without a pullback, I probably will stay away. Oh, that was it. Ah, you gotta be quick. Guess maybe I should just do the order entry manually. Or maybe we get lucky and it just comes straight back down and we save ourselves a loss. We got 38 points to the midline, so that's, you know, $70 on my little micro contract. Part of me kind of thinks should get in at a lower price. Since I didn't get in on the initial break, which I should have been. Maybe I should have waited for a deeper pullback in there before we try it out. This is a big range. I'm gonna put my target at that 75% line. Normally I would want 100%. We've seen though over the last week and a half doing this that 75% seems to be the limit. A lot of times when the range is bigger, that's kind of where it goes to. A lot of resistance right here. There's no news. There is news at 9:45, I believe. Okay, well, we just don't want to go anywhere right here. Let's see. It's in at $80 of risk right now. Which is most of the account. If that were to fail, that would be probably not good. Looking at the 1 minute chart, we got this big gap here. I think we're gonna be all right. Actually, I don't know. Might actually pull this down a little bit. I just don't want it to wick down here and then pull back up. We pulled above the red line. We're above the green line on the 1 minute chart. So this is building out a bull flag on the 1 minute chart. So I don't think it's worth bailing on quite yet. I mean, giving it this much room maybe is not wise. What do we think? I mean, we'll find out here shortly. Get rid of that display there. Yeah, we have an initial gap here that's being respected. We have all our EMAs. We have VWAP extensions. We've got our VWAP standard deviations. Got a lot of stuff down here, and it's definitely not coming down with any momentum. So call me crazy. I'm gonna double down. If this pops up there, I might try one. I might add. Of course, we do have that news at 7:45. Maybe that's our... Alright, so we created a gap on the 3 minute chart. Well, this news is going to be troublesome for us. Chicago PMI, which may not even mean anything. You know what? I'm not. Oh, this is hilarious. I just realized. I'm in the wrong account. All right, so I'm actually not worried. Of course, it's gonna work though. All right, I'm gonna leave this on just because news is happening, but I'm in an evaluation account actually, a take profit evaluation account. I had the wrong account selected, so it's a $150,000 account. I think if I lose $100 on this trade, that's not going to ruin my day in the slightest. So funny. Well, in fact, we get a break up. Let's add another one. Should I add another one up here? Load up on these micros in this account. Oh, this is probably gonna work too. I would actually come back out and get back in with all my other accounts if we didn't have the news coming up, but we have news coming up, so I guess we'll wait. We'll wait and see. Come on, give me a little push. There we go. A little bit more, a little bit more. I'm gonna leave it down here. We still have 5 minutes before the news. We still have time. Still have time. We had a 5-minute candle close, green with a long bottom wick there. 15-minute candle is trying to grind higher. Building out a little wick on top right now, though. Not unexpected to see a pullback at the open of a 5-minute candle like that. We got VWAP up here. That's kind of what that's why I'm holding out hope. Again, if this stops out, $440 in the negative. This is an evaluation account because I didn't copy the right accounts. I used the right leader account, so no fear on this one. But I'm gonna add in at the top of every little pop here. Probably add in down here just to get a better price, but it was a $150,000 evaluation account. So if I get stopped out for $400, that doesn't actually mean much to that account. I would move it down, except for the fact that we've had kind of 3 wicks up here, so I'm getting less and less confident. We see the stochastics kind of up here at the top. What do we look like on the 1-minute chart? I mean, we're still holding. The problem is 1 minute we have a divergence. So we have a short divergence on the 1-minute chart. So that does not bode well for a long. Oh, there we go. Stopped out. Okay. Oh, my word. All right. Well, now we can trade for real. But we have news coming up, so we're just going to sit here for a second. Wait till after the news. Let me change my account over to one that matters. I mean, I guess I got lucky because that would have failed. Which is actually the first time in the last 3 days, I think, that it would have failed, so that's not too bad. Be satisfied with that. Oh, there's the news. All right, so we got a drop. Oh, it's not the news. See that? I see that 945 there, and throws me off. All right, we're out the bottom of the range. Poke through the bottom of the range and straight back up. We have increasingly long bottom wicks on the bottom of the hourly candles coming into the open this morning. All right, here's the news. Here is the news. All right, I am going to take a break of the top of this 3-minute candle, and this is essentially treating this like a open range, a 3-minute range breakout here. Since we're getting in at about that 25%, 75% would be the 100%, so that makes 50, 75%. Yeah, let's go there. See if we get a little push up here. I like the wicks on the bottom of the hourly, 15-minute candles and all that. And we got this strong push down and a reaction, so let's see if we can get some follow through on that. Looks like we're actually in all of our accounts, which is nice. There we go. Pushing straight up there, see if we can get a little more out of it. That's probably where I'll move to break even just to be safe. There's the push. A little more. A little more. Kind of back up to this high again. See if we can just get a little more of a push up there. Try not to rip all the way back down. I don't want to give it all back. Gonna hold that break even though, because there it is. Oh my, that was a bummer. Just getting wicked around. I mean, in all reality, I could have taken that up here, but I really want to try and get used to holding to targets. Although when you see these wicks and you see we pushed above it and got a little bit of hesitation, either you have to keep your stop loss lower and just let it do its thing, or take it when it gets there. So you can see the divergence on the 1-minute chart played out nicely. Obviously we didn't take that trade, but if we look at stochastic, we have a high, we have a lower high. On the chart, we have a high, we have a higher high, and then it comes down. So as soon as that starts to curl, you can't really see it because my line's in the way. I mean, at this point, it's nothing's guaranteed, but you can see we're pulling back and we haven't over buy yet there. So, and then trail it down till we get down to oversold territory, sell it out, and then that's when we turned around. And here we are right back up, so should have held that, I guess. Again, that's the story of my life. Should have just held it and it would have worked. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Beautiful trade. Only thing that would have made that better was if I was in it. Okay, here we are at VWAP. So now the real question is, what's going on here? Is this a low and we're going to go higher, or is this just another little pullback for another push down? I tend to think because we're hitting the bottom of this trend line on the daily chart that, I mean, we literally came down and just tapped it right there. If we look at this, boom. You know, we came down and just tapped, well, this random spot I drew on the chart, we tapped, so that probably doesn't mean anything. If we line up the bottom of the candles, you know, I don't know. Is there more potential? That looks pretty good, right? We touched it here, here, threw it a little bit here, here, and then touched it again just now. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit of a bounce here, although could just go sideways too. I think I would be a little bit surprised to see more downside here. Although if we did get, I don't know, if we break the low that we're at now, we could, there could definitely be some downside. But we're long biased right now as we are above our red line and curling back into the green and blue lines, which is the 9 and the 21. It's just tricky because we have VWAP right there. So even if we get a retest down, we're trading right into VWAP, so that could be problematic. So I'm going to watch the stochastic to give me some added oops. Boop. There we go. Yeah. Watch the stochastic to give me some added confidence whenever I think I might want to get in. Looks like the 60 minute, the hourly candle trying to close green, although it's got wicks on both sides. But definitely a little double bottom action on the hourly candle. Actually, this is interesting. So if we, this blue line here is the one I drew on the hourly chart that looked like the daily candle had actually wicked down here, but when we zoom in a little bit, we're actually shy of it just a little bit. So I don't know if that means anything or not. Could just be a transposition error, but interesting. Yeah, so we have a little double bottom right now. We took out the low, tried twice, got a little bit of a deeper retest here, so kind of looking for a potential little bounce. 6.5 minutes until that hourly candle closes. Big top wicks though on the last two 15-minute candles. So a little bit, information's a little bit conflicted there. Fact remains, we took out this low twice. So if we can hold up here, I think we could maybe take another little bit of a short-term bounce here. In fact, let's jump in it right now. One contract. Oh. Slammed out. Ouch. Woo. All right, fine. Fine. That's what you get for trading into VWAP. Oh, and we didn't have stochastic confirmation. Man. Get with the program here. Tell you what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to get back in it. Not giving up on this idea quite yet. 5 minutes to the hourly candle close. 5-minute candle finished red. We got another little wick down here. I would re-enter a break of a candle. I'm gonna get it. Stochastic is kind of still in no man's land, so I'm gonna wait here. We're at the top of the open range. I just love to see a wick with a little bit of a reaction. A bottom wick with a reaction. All right, so there's the bottom wick. Yeah, a little bit of reaction. Well, stochastic is working its way down. Creating higher highs and higher lows on the 5-minute chart. So I still kind of like it for long. See what happens here. I think we either fell through here. I mean, if we fell through here, that's fine. So I would not get short here. All right, stochastic is back to oversold. Kind of a big candle, but 34-point candle, $70. That's right. Settle in right here. When we don't have any, this is a 1-minute chart, we don't have any fair value gaps on the way up until right here, which we did invert down. We got a little nice reversal candle. We have stochastic in a good spot. Ooh, give me a little more than that, please. I mean, ultimately, we could, you know, bounce back up towards VWAP. Yeah, we'll leave it there. We have these 3 wicks here. It should pop above this wick, which is why I'm going to leave my target there, see if it can get up there. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Big wick. Well, we did get a bounce. What was the bounce there? This is just kind of brutal. I mean, 20-point bounce, I guess. Gosh, I do not want to give up on this thing. I'm probably gonna lose all these accounts right here. Move to break even to protect. break even. I just don't have any room in these accounts, so if it rips back, I don't want to be punished, but that also means I might miss out on the move, which that's the trade-off. Gosh, I just think this is gonna go. I think this is gonna go. Hey, I'm still in on another account. What's going on over here? Oh, I'm in short on this other account. Oh boy. Gotta love the trade copier. All right. There it goes. This was where my original target was, up here. See if it hits it just for fun. Nope. All right, well, this is I think I better stay out of this nonsense. This is crazy. And there it goes. Oh my gosh. Well, we were right, weren't we? Couldn't hold out. It's one of those situations. If I had held the bottom of that candle, I would have been fine. Would have worked. No problem. But yeah, bounce off the red line. Stochastic confirmation. It was choppy, but the market never guarantees a smooth reaction. Right back up to VWAP. All right, trouble is here. I need to push up above VWAP for a long, or a breakdown below kind of the midpoint of this 3-minute gap or 3-minute range for a low, so or for a short. So I don't think there's much to do for a minute. Aye, down 100 bucks. I'm actually going to disconnect half of the accounts from the trade copier just in case the next one goes south. I'll only lose half the accounts. All right, so disconnected half of them. Don't want to lose everything. That one is aggravating though. Ended up going 76 points or so. I mean, see what happens here. We got a little bit of a divergence. Yeah, VWAP right there. Here's the divergence. Put this line back down here just for historical context sake. Problem is, even if I did get a smooth pullback into this green line, we'd be going right into VWAP, and I'm not sure that's where I want to be trading into. If I had more room on these accounts, I would have taken a short right there. A VWAP rejection confirmed with stochastic confirmation. That's really what I use the stochastics for, is to confirm bounces. Because you can get faked out a lot on these. I mean, I got faked out on this one. You know, we had a pullback into the green line. We had a break of that candle. And it was a fake out. And waiting for the stochastic confirmation down here gave the entry that worked. And again, stochastic confirmation means that to go long, you're down here near the 20% level. If you want to go short, you need to be up here around the 80% level. Still hesitating. Right at VWAP. I really wanted to go long right there, but no stochastic confirmation, although we did have a long wick down supported by a fair value gap into the line. So oh goodness, it's a Friday. I'm tired. I'm ready to be done. Ready to be done. So I had two good opportunities this morning. I got a really great entry. Did get stopped out on this initial break, but I re-entered here after a failed breakout of the bottom of the range, and sure enough, popped up quite a bit. I could have been up $100, but I was waiting for that 75% line. Did not get it. And here we go, pushing higher. So this short, the stochastic short, divergence short, would have somewhat failed. We're still holding this line here, so depending on how much room you wanted to give it, it could still be a play. Except for now, you've got a low and, well, you've got a high, I guess, and put in a little bit of a higher high. It starts to get this kind of tight. I don't necessarily love to count on those. The more obvious it is, the more likely it is to work. It's kind of a rule in general. All right, so we got a lot of consolidation here. I think. I mean, this is a 15-minute range here, so let's try something here. I'm gonna add an open range. This one's gonna be 931 to 945. Oops, forgot my 9. To 945. I'm not gonna do no extensions on this one. I'll hide the 3-minute. Didn't I say 0 extensions? Zero extensions. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we got the 5-minute or the 15-minute range plotted. That was a nice retest to the top of that 15-minute range. Pushing to the overnight open right now. Looks like this was the reversal we thought it would be. That's playing out nicely. Now that we're above VWAP, we'll try it again if we come back down to that green line. See if we can get half of these back into the green today in the next 50 minutes and 50 seconds. The last 5-minute closed green with a top wick. Maybe we fill that wick. Looks like we're going to. Almost. A little bit more, a little bit more. Try some different music here. Starting to fall asleep. Can't get in on that. Cannot get in on that. Need a better pullback. Well, once again, the 30-second chart performs. Got a much nicer pullback here at that view up level on 30-second chart. I actually got a couple candles on a pullback here. Just grinding up. All right, so let's look at, so you're gonna take out all these little highs, all these little candle wicks here as we move up. I just think we get to that overnight open. What's that at 26, just above the 25,000 level. Pulling back a little bit here. I would be thinking about a rejection of the overnight open, except for the fact that we've been up there quite a bit, so it may reject, but gosh, sorry guys, this is horrible. All right, so we have a little bit of a pullback. What does the 30-second look like? More of a pullback on the 30-second chart. Should we take a long off the 30-second here? Is that worth risking 8 accounts on? Yeah, let's risk it. Why not? Okay. So I only did half the accounts. All right, we'll wait for our 1 minute deal here. All right, well, there is our green line. Got another 5 minute candle close here. This one, it is green, but it's almost all top wick. So maybe we don't get up there. It's interesting, we left this high right here. Didn't even get up to that level. That kind of tells me we're probably going back there. Let's see what happens here. If we get a break up here on this 30-second, I'm going to give it a try. Stochastic is still headed down. Yeah, since that's the top of that 1 minute candle, let's go there. There we go. All right, so now stochastic is in oversold territory. We're hitting that 21, so that is a good. So far, so good for a long. Would have loved a little more. It would have been better if it had tested down into this fair value gap and rejected. It may yet do that. Looks like it's trying to. Also VWAP down here. Be a little cautious. I'm going to see if it wicks above here and then comes back. Since I have literally like $20 on some of these accounts, that's not much wiggle room. We're hesitating. Come on, go down into that gap. Let me know what you want to do when you get there. It really doesn't want to. And if it doesn't want to, that's, you know, who am I to make it do something? I just love a wick down right now and then a reaction back up. Or it just inverts it. If it inverts it, that's fine. I would rather have it do that than wick me into something and then do it. All right, so now we find out, does this gap offer support at VWAP? If it gives this up, if it gives this up, we're breaking this trend line. And more downside could be coming. All right, so it's kind of holding. Kinda. Not super well. All right, we're about to close a 5-minute candle here in 30 seconds after this candle closes, and it will be a red candle, but kind of an indecision candle. Stochastic is still oversold here, starting to curl around. Those are big candles. This is gonna be it. Give me a push. Give me a push. Give me something back. Oh, come on, you gotta go more than that. I give this a little room. It's probably gonna kill some accounts, but I mean, at this point, they're dead anyway. There we go. That's the push. Okay. All right, bada bing, bada bang. Patience, patience, patience. That was beautiful. We had a smooth, very smooth pullback. We waited, waited, waited. Stochastic started confirmation right here, but we pulled way back here and then got the pop. Now, I guess I got a little lucky because I took my profit up here. Let's put that execution on the screen. We can see what it actually was. Text and markers. All right, look at all these ugly trades. Okay. Ugh. Took the break of the candle at 949.50. Sold out at 971.75. What was that? 20. What? 50 to 70 be 20 points, right? So 21, 22 points. If I had taken 20 points over here, be a much different conversation. All right, well, we salvaged a little bit, a few of the accounts. Yeah, this trade over here was the one we got in. This was off of the break of a 3-minute candle. Ended up getting stopped out here, but I mean, we pushed up 50 points at one point. Could have had that $100. I mean, really, when your accounts are that low, you know, when you only have $100 drawdown, if you can make $100, that's probably okay to take your profit. Probably okay. You can tell all your friends, yeah, I doubled my account size today from 100 to 200. Yeah. All right, 3-minute chart. Just want to take a trip around here, see what we're looking at. Choppy price action everywhere. All right, let's stick on the 1 minute. 7 minutes, still a 15-minute candle close. We've got, let's see, hourly candle. Hourly candle is green for now. Yeah, so on the hourly chart, if this closes up here, I'd say that's pretty bullish. I mean, the fact that we tested down here twice. You can see the 5-minute chart confirmed. We actually had kind of a double bottom and then a fake out below those two. And then it turned around. So I mean, that's all very, very bullish. It's just, there's just not a lot of momentum in that direction. So makes it a little bit tricky. You got to have some conviction in your trade so that you can sit through the noise. So especially on a day like today, because it is going where we expect it to go. It's respecting the levels we would expect it to respect. However, there's a lot of up and down in between all of that respecting and all of that target acquiring. So you have to be willing to bear with that, which I am not. So I pay for it. That's the way it works. The market does not care. It just makes you will pay. It's the price of admission. All right, we wicked above that level, which actually also takes out this level over here. So a little bit of a double top. There's also potential divergence if we actually do turn around here, because we have a high, we have a high, we have a higher high, but a lower high on the stochastic. Is it gonna hold? Yeah, I don't know. But I do tend to think this looks a little bit bearish right here. The only thing is, the last candle was a green candle on the 5. So this is the first 1 minute of the next 5-minute candle, so getting a little pullback on that. All right, well, the divergence is confirmed. I think there's maybe a little more downside here before it decides what it's gonna do. See how this level holds up. If it starts to give up these levels, we could see a little bit of a pullback. We created higher highs in this little bit of a uptrend. Oh, but this high was lower than this high. So we're also creating these lower highs, which means not sure where the best place to put a line would be, but this is a let's do it from here. Just looking to see where the respect is happening. There's kind of a, I like to use the bottom quarter of candles. Just a little easier for me to identify that than the wicks. You know, so we've got a little bit of this upward channel action. You know, from here to here is a little pendant-y thing going on. For whatever that's worth. Getting a reaction off of there. Half of me wants to short this right now. Which is probably not the right thing to do, but my inclination is to short, which means it's probably a good time to go long. Let's be honest with ourselves. Coming up on 10:30. "32 minutes left in the session. I'm going to stick with these 8 accounts though. If we can get another trade that brings them back into healthy territory, that would be great. All right. This yawning is ridiculous. I'll be right back. All right, we're gonna power up with some strawberry mango. Refreshing. All right. It's getting tight. It's getting really wound up. Last 5-minute candle was red, but it had a long bottom wick. Long bottom wick. I'm always cautious of these because often you get a fake out. Could get a fake out to the bottom and then rocket up. Fake out to the top. Failure down. So I'm not going to jump in on anything right here. Kind of want to see what happens. Waiting for the market to give me a clue. A clue that I understand. Okay, there's a breakout of that bottom. And a nice strong close lower. See if we fail. Can VWAP hold us up yet again? Or is this all she wrote? Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion of the grind higher. The grind higher, a stirring tale of highs and lows in a market that can't make up its mind. Sounds like the most boring movie ever. All right, there's the failure. Picking up some momentum. Another strong close lower. 5-minute candle took out the 2 prior candle lows. This is the line in the sand. If this fails, then we could come down a little bit. Start taking out. We have all these bottom wicks. I mean, we have a bottom wick here. We have bottom wicks all the way down. So if this were to fail, I wouldn't be surprised to see it cascade down. But it's not. VWAP. VWAP saves the day. Oh, the bulls are not ready to give it up yet. All right, there's the fake out of the bottom of that wedgie. Now, is this a retest of the bottom of that wedge for a drop lower? I don't know, but I think I think if we break back up here, that might be the train ride I want to take. So my idea is, if this is just kind of a retest and a failure lower, we probably won't come back up here. If we do come back up here, we may get a little pop higher. Currently $70 down or so in these accounts, so that would be all right, hopefully we didn't get in too early. If we did, we'll blow up a bunch of accounts and we can move on with our lives. Gosh. Let's see. I have like $70, $80 in there, so probably should have waited for that candle close and got in which case I'd still be in, so it wouldn't matter. I'm watching the stochastic. Price hasn't moved up. By the time the stochastic gets up here, then I'll be sweating in my boots. Oh, come on, you tested lower. Strong reaction. Long wicks on all these 5-minute candles. The only down, or the only, not the only, but biggest risk I see is that just the price action's been choppy. So it could chop before it goes up, even if it goes up. All right, well, that's dangerous because we took out that high and came down. I don't know. I don't know. I keep kind of a tight stop on this because I think it's equally likely that we are retesting here for a drop lower. I mean, if we redid this line, could do something like that. I mean, you could draw lines everywhere. It'd be like laser light show over here. All right, let's get rid of that. I like this line here. Okay, come on, let's go. Can you go? I always get in these situations and I feel like the market's telling me, hey, you can get out for a little bit of profit before I rip your heart out. You can get out for a little bit of profit. You got 20 bucks. Take your 20 bucks. Say, take your 20 bucks, dude. Hey, there's 40 bucks. 50 bucks. How much money do you need, bro? Don't be greedy. Oh, we gonna be greedy. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, we're not greedy. We're not greedy. Just kidding. I'm not greedy. I promise. All right. Well, I mean, that idea played out. I guess got lucky. We waited for a reaction. We saw a reaction confirmed by the stochastic, supported by VWAP, supported by the gold line, supported by this gap that's held the last one time we were there. Supported by the idea that this is an upward trend line and this could just be a fake out to the bottom of this. That's actually a wedge, fake out to the bottom of the wedge before it rockets up. I mean, I would expect that the overnight open gets hit. It's just when is it going to get hit, and it's just, there's a lot of reactions at these levels, so, you know, I don't know. I mean, we tapped up here, ripped down. Here we tapped up, pulled back. Here we tapped up again. See if we can break through this time. right, well, while it chops higher, let's see where we're at for the day. So I have a super high-tech way to total this, since I can't figure out how to do it in Trade-Evade. Is there a way to do it in Trade-Evade? Probably. I should probably ask Grok how to do it in Trade-Evade, and he would tell me. But I want to do it this way. Oop. Total this. It's at $23. I'm not positive $23 anymore. Grok, you did it wrong, because that $23 should be negative. So I'm negative 598, but I'm really should add what, 46, 47.50. Let's try it again. Oh, you know what I should do? Don't do that. Escape. Cancel. Never mind. Okay, get rid of that. Error. Whatever. The first number in the list should be negative. Please recalculate. Let's try it again. Hey, look at that. AI is cool. All right, we're negative 646. What's the market doing? Nothing. Okay, let's play with Grok some more. Grok, how do I total, or I find total, how do I word this? The total, let me do it this way. I need to know my total for the day using the Trade-Evade dashboard. How do I total all my accounts? All the accounts that show in the list on the dashboard. Does that make any sense? Probably not. Oof. Okay. Daily P&L shows your profit loss and current trading day session per account. Well, I know that. If manual addition isn't ideal, it's not ideal. Let's see, account type from the top drawdown. Click reports, go to account reports. Oh, there's reports. All right, I'll play with that later. All right, well, we're still holding up here. I mean, we did get a nice little pullback. And then I mean, these super little, you can take all these little pops and make a little bit. Just when the market's not going anywhere, you just can't hold it. I mean, I guess if you're long from down here, right, because you recognized, hey, this is potentially the low of day, which is a reasonable assumption given the higher time frame, right? And given the fact, you know, we created the low, we tapped the low, came short of it. You know, usually whenever you come like right to a level or a tick or two short of a level, that indicates manipulation, which, you know, says, hey, we're probably going back there again. It didn't want to go suck up all those orders quite yet. It wants to come up first, and then they came down. Now they took out all those orders, and now we can rocket up the other direction. So if you were short from down here, and sure, you wanted to hold through all this chop just to see, you know, it could be a trending day. It could be a little nice Friday recovery, maybe. I don't know. So if you had confidence in the overall higher time frame bias and anticipated that this might happen, could sit through it. But if you're getting in all these little pullbacks, you know, you can't get in a pullback here and hold it to the moon, unless you have something else to believe it's going to do that. You really have to just take the little scalps as you go. Of course, the deeper the pullback, usually the bigger the move. Usually. But it all has to be taken in context. And look at this magic line. It's just holding. Doing, doing. Are we going to bounce off of it again until the overnight open and the magic blue line intersect? I don't think so. This is the first time we've popped up above a high and haven't really pulled back. It's taking it longer, at least. I mean, here we popped above this high and got immediate reaction. Here we popped up and we did not get immediate reaction, but the magic blue line is holding. That's right, market. Respect my magic blue line. Oh, goodness. Man, big wick down. I don't know. Coming up to the 1050 macro. What are we doing here? Are we accumulating for a move higher or what? I don't know, but if you look at this current hourly candle is very, very bullish. Strong green candle. Again, it's the kind of bullish candle you look at later on and say, boy, that was a nice move. Just went straight up. But then you look at the, you know, the 1 minute chart. So from 10 o'clock from here, like, yeah, it's straight up, but not really. It's up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. The open was down here, and so far the close could be up here, but there was a lot of excitement in between. All right, there's the rejection down we expect to see after we take out one of these highs based on what it's done every time it's taken out another high. Yep, my blue line is impenetrable. Can't get through it. It's too hard. I just really want to wait. It would be just so fun to see that watch the overnight open fall below my magic blue line, which is, you know, place nowhere in particular. But wait till watch that overnight open come below the magic blue line and then get touched. If that were to happen, I would celebrate. I'd go take a nap. That's what I do. Success. All right, we got a big red reversal candle on the 5-minute chart. Ooh, I don't know. Overnight open might be lonely. Might be left lonely up there. Are we gonna come back down? I mean, if we look, we created 0 gaps in this leg up, but we created gaps in this leg up. Okay, that's the gap. So if that gap fails, yeah, we could see some downward pressure. 1050. 1050. We're gonna end up with a massive top wick on this hourly candle. Or do we turn around from here and reach back up to the overnight open and close bullish? I tend to think we're gonna fail. That's my 50-50 guess. All right, we did close below that gap. I mean, that's not nothing. Well, we got a bunch of stuff underneath there, so it's not like it's not as though there's a clear path for sure. But if we break through, I don't know, I think if we break through this one, this gap down here is very small. I don't know that that's going to mean much. All right, just picking up some steam. If VWAP fails and we get a close below VWAP, oof, look out. Look out. Building out that top wick on that hourly. All right, solid red candle on the 1 minute. Still falling. I'm telling you, we filled that gap. Look out. Just gotta have VWAP. Giveaway, one giveaway. Or it holds. Or it holds. Let's see what happens. Eight more minutes before I bid you all a fantastic weekend. Well, it's holding. It's not quite ready. Little consolidation after four 1 minute red candles in a row. All right, let's test down in there, see what we find. Do we find more orders? Are the buyers waiting? I don't think so. I think it's gonna fail. My 50-50 coin flip is it's gonna fail. What do we think? Not yet. I mean, stochastic is very oversold. I mean, the last 2 times we've bounced pretty aggressively at this area, and right now we're not. So that tells you something. We have the first short cross of the 9 and 21 EMA really since after the 15-minute range formed. Yeah, I think this is gonna flush. Telling you, if we break below that gap and hold, like if we get a close below there, look out. Not yet. Oh, look. Buyer stepped in. All right, well, I could be wrong. It's still holding. If we pull back to that green line, I will go short. I'm just going to say that right now. I don't know that we will, though. I don't know. If we close underneath that gap, I might go short. I would have liked to pull back, but sometimes you don't get what you want. We do have the red line right there. We got the top of the open. I mean, there's a lot of stuff there, but I mean, this is the level it's been holding. So if we push through that level, I think we come down. 5 more minutes. All right, I'll be right back. Give me a second. Oh no, I was wrong. It's coming back up. But what did I say? If it came back to the green line, I might be interested. Well, I don't know. It held that pretty hard. I'm probably not going to go short. Although it doesn't look like it's going to break the low either, so doesn't matter. Man, all right, VWAP held yet again. Yet again. So if you were sticking with the uptrend and you grabbed a bounce off of VWAP right there, you, my friend, win a prize. You know what? This might be dumb, but I'm going to jump in right here because I want to take one final trade before we're done. But I think no, that's probably dumb. Maybe I lose half my accounts right now. But so the reason I did is, and this is probably not great, but what I'm looking at is, so we did create this little gap here on the way down, pretty impulsive gap. and we closed above it. So I'm going with the idea that here at 11 o'clock, we maybe do get back up to our overnight open now that it's below the magic blue line that is holding the market down. And we'll see. Oh, does it go higher than that? I don't know. I mean, every time we sort of peak up here, we get a strong reaction. All right, we're going to just be kind of cautious, be a little conservative on the stop if we get stopped out early. I mean, par for the course, right? That's basically how it goes. What makes sense though? I go there. There we go. Little push. Come on. Push up. It's also kind of a wick fill from the prior hourly candle, a little bit. 5-minute candle was pretty bearish. 5-minute candle took out the low. So again, we took out a low here and confirmed kind of with some volume, with some momentum to the upside that it kind of wants to go up. So let's see. We got a cross of the EMAs for whatever that's worth. I don't know. Oh wait, I need to move my target. I do not want it to be way up there. Actually, probably like right there, maybe? I don't know. I probably shouldn't be greedy, right? I'm not going to be greedy. I don't know. I just think it pushes up there to the overnight open. But that actually brings all those accounts back to positive. From negative to positive. Break out my Pitbull impression. Well, I don't know if it's going to get there or not. I'm not going to wait around. The way it's been, it could take another hour to get there. I was kind of hoping that, you know, around this 10:50 to 11 o'clock, it would just kind of rocket up there. I mean, if you look at this, we got a big pullback, and now we're going to push up. I mean, you know, relative to where we've been, this is more of a reaction than we've had for the last hour. So, you know, it's good. All right, well, we'll have to check back Monday and see if we did go visit the overnight open. So that's all for today. I don't know what the total is. I'll have to ask Grok to retotal it since I changed all the numbers since last time. And we will talk to you on Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody. Trade safe. Bye.